Here is an excerpt from the Ocean Chronicle published February 14, 1887 by E.P. Nichols on board the ship Frank Pendleton, pictured here. As I am constantly urged to contribute my mite to fill a corner in the O.C., I will do so at once by writing a few lines to my friends at home, then on arrival my letters will all be ready to post. I left home on the 6th of November, taking with me Nancy and Maud, leaving Belfast on the morning train, and after a long, dull, rainy day we arrived in Boston just in time to catch the train for Fall River. It was a relief when we found ourselves on the good steamer Providence, after being on a crowded train all day, and be lulled to sleep by the murmur of the wind and waves from without, and the music of the band from the saloon. We arrived in New York all in good order early Sunday morning and was soon on board of the Frank, and I must confess that I felt more like having just arrived home than having just left home. The ship sailed from New York November 11th, which left me very little time to go shopping and prepare my work for a sea voyage. We are now out 40 days and hope to pass the latitude of Rio tomorrow. There has nothing occurred out of the usual course of a life on the ocean wave, except an unusual amount of headwind. Our beating from the equator to pass Cape St. Roque was tedious, but that is among the things of the past, and we are now running across the southeast trades with a fine breeze and beautiful weather. As we are now sweltering under a tropical sun, I cannot help thinking of the friends at home who I know must find it as hard to keep warm as we do to keep cool. I can hardly decide in my mind which is the more preferable, to freeze or roast. I thought the matter over rather seriously before I decided to leave home, and came to the conclusion that to keep house and tend fires through a long cold winter was as hard a lot as one could voluntarily accept. My first attempt at the furnace, a failure, decided me to make a change in the program. For when I went down to see how the fire was and found that, well, never mind. I immediately had a family consultation, and in less than 12 hours trunks were packed, the house shut up, and we had started without having time to say goodbye to the neighbors, which I know they will excuse under the circumstances. I can truly say that I have not regretted starting on the voyage, as the time has passed pleasantly, but almost too swiftly, as it usually does at sea. The children at their lessons, music, and preparing for Christmas cannot imagine why the time flies so fast, and it is the same with all of us. Life at sea is monotonous, but when one's time is employed, it is a most pleasant monotony. We have seen an occasional sail, but have signaled but one, and just now there is a bark in sight, bound north. There are not many birds common to the latitude, but we shall soon be where the albatross and the Cape pigeon will be in great numbers. As for fish, I presume there are many of the finny tribe inhabit these waters, but they live on, regardless of our line, which has trailed 4,000 miles and caught but one fish. There, I have done my part, so I will close this by wishing you all a Merry Christmas. M.A.N. Martha A. Nichols.